I used to look at the world and I used to always think to myself, I used to always wonder, why is there evil in the world? But I got my answers. So I'm going to show you on my journey how I got those answers in the first place. I know how the world's going to end eventually. And it's mainly to do with the devil. But at the same time, it's not completely to do with him. But he is partly responsible. He's majorly partly responsible for the evil in the world. So what we're going to do is that we're going to look at what some of these demon creatures look like. Ones that have been caught on camera. Now at first I thought to myself, this is ridiculous. Fairies caught on camera. Or gnomes and elves. But when I looked at this, it looked pretty convincing. You see, I work with CGI and I know about fake videos with special effects, but I could not actually find any evidence of that in some of these videos. I'll let you see what's going on here. So basically, the first video I seen, I could basically tell I could not see any evidence of any CGI or anything like that. And one of the things is that it looked like it was about 9 inches tall, and it looked like it was moving extremely quickly, which is something interesting because Brian Melvin talked about the demons down in hell moving very quickly, and I think there might have been another entity with this being, because it moves, something transparent moves very quickly behind the little gnome kind of creature. And then of course when I analysed the other video, you see like a little fairy type creature stuck in a web, and I think that'd be kind of awkward to fake that, because the way it moves and just flies off the web with ease, extreme speed. And then when I examined this other video of seeing a gnome running behind a baby, it looked like there's no evidence of CGI. It just moves the way we move, and it looks like it's around about 10 inches tall, maybe a foot tall. And interestingly, it was filmed in Argentina, and it left a stench, so it was stinking, and it disappeared in the thin air. Yeah, something not right there, huh? I mean, you have to admit, it is pretty bizarre seeing these small demons caught on camera. But it does give us an idea of what to expect if we actually saw these creatures, There appears to be a form of hell on Earth, where almost it seems like as if the other world of hell is creeping up to the surface of the Earth and is trying to swallow people up whole, it appears, from what I can start to see here. For example, there was a woman and a husband, 3 or 4 in the morning, they got out of bed, they could feel the floor giving way, and the woman had to drag her husband away from the hole, otherwise he would have been swallowed up. And then when they eventually notified the authorities examined the room and they couldn't find any evidence of a hole, so they assumed that maybe they were hallucinating. And then another situation happened was that there was a nurse in her room, and at 8 a.m. in the morning and a hole just appeared out of nowhere, just appeared in her room, taking up most of the room, and she could see rocks at the edge, and she could not see the bottom of the hole. And she could hear a voice shouting her name, saying, "Jump in, jump in." And she ignored the voice, and then the hole just disappeared again. So I'm starting to see that hell has its ways to almost creep up to the surface of our earth and maybe take people prematurely into hell, which is pretty disturbing. There is a form of hell on earth, you see, in the spirit world.